I know. With all the cold weather sweeping the country, why would anyone focus on spring planting? But after thinking about it, I came up with a few projects that anyone can do to get a jump start on spring planting. I've already planted veggies that like cold weather, like Russian kale and sweet peas. And a simple search will give you other plants that can tolerate cold weather. But now I wanted plants that would do well in warmer spring weather. If you've watched this channel for any length of time, you know I like to use nitrogen fixers to help the soil, while also yielding a crop. I've decided, in addition to peas, to also plant peanuts that are not nuts at all, but in the legume or pea family, as my nitrogen fixer below ground that will allow me to also grow a different crop above ground. I picked them because they make good ground cover in addition to soil fixing. There are many types of peanuts, but I settled on the Virginia peanut because of their taste and that they tend to grow larger. So I bought some raw Virginia peanuts and, to speed germination, soaked them in water a few days before adding them to soil in container trays. I put together a little sandy soil with compost as my growing medium. And then I added the peanuts to their growing containers. I plan to leave these trays on my kitchen counter where they can stay warm and get fluorescent light until the weather warms up. I'll plant them with strawberries, as they both like a slightly acid soil, and will use my mini greenhouse covers until the time of the last frost has passed. In my last video, I took a few sweet potato cuttings and added them to water. In about a week, I've gotten roots that I can use for slips to have more sweet potatoes. These too will sit on a windowsill until I can plant them outside. I plan to companion plant sweet peas above them for a spring crop that will help fix the soil while the sweet potatoes grow, and later follow up with tomato plants as the above ground crop. Speaking of cuttings, these tomatoes were really hardy, lasting well into the new year despite a few cold snaps. So I took some cuttings and will set them in a windowsill as well to grow roots. Each tomato stem has little hairs that create roots, so propagating new tomato plants should not take long. While I was setting up my cuttings, I decided to add to my stock of bone meal that will help give each plant a good start at root development. I saved the bones from pork chops and other meat in a container I'd store in the refrigerator until I'm ready to cook them in my Instapot. I set the pot for about 2 hours and the bones come out soft and crumbly. I then drain the water off of them, and then they're crushed and baked in the oven to finally be mixed into a fine powder in the blender. I now have a good supply to help the establishment of roots for my starts. So, I guess I'm all set despite the winter weather. Once my cuttings and seeds have grown up a bit, I'll cover them with the mini greenhouses outside and protect them from any cold snaps. And that should give me a head start on spring. See you next time.